A trauma-informed onboarding process for peer supporters is more than a checklist. It is an intentional practice that builds trust, affirms lived experience, and helps new hires feel emotionally safe, empowered, and deeply connected to the agency's mission. This is where their journey begins and where the values of peer support should be woven into every step forward. Orientation is the beginning of a new journey toward becoming confident peer supporters and effective change agents. By grounding the process in peer support values, new hires learn not only what the role requires, but what makes it possible. Orientation should follow promptly after hiring and affirm that their lived experience is valued from day one. While they may participate in certain required classes alongside other coworkers, much of their orientation should remain peer-centered, ideally led by someone with their own lived experience and grounded in recovery principles. This ensures that the heart of the role, mutuality, lived experience, and recovery values stays at the forefront even as they learn the broader organization's values, policies, procedures, and guiding principles. Orientation training should emphasize role clarity and responsibilities. Peer supporters are skilled professionals with distinct roles, training, and approaches. Learning about the unique responsibilities and values of their particular peer role ensures peer supporters understand their scope of practice and how to navigate role confusion. New peer supporters may be joining as a peer specialist, a family partner, recovery coach, young adult peer mentor, or other role. Clear expectations will help them navigate boundaries, collaborate effectively, and offer support rooted in lived experience without being pulled into tasks that dilute the heart of peer work. When organizations take the time to define the peer role, communicate it clearly, and reinforce it through the onboarding and orientation process, they create an environment where peer supporters can contribute fully, advocate for recovery values, and build authentic, mutual relationships that strengthen the entire team. Understanding the supervision structure during onboarding gives peer supporters the clarity, grounding, and emotional safety they need to thrive in their roles. When supervision is transparent and well explained from the start, it becomes a supportive framework rather than a source of confusion or anxiety. When new peer supporters understand who their supervisor is, how often they will meet, and what supervision is meant to offer, they can navigate their responsibilities with confidence and maintain healthy boundaries. If applicable, documentation policies should be introduced with clarity and intention, ensuring peer supporters understand how their notes will interface with clinical systems while also preserving the integrity of peer support ethics. Training should teach how to maintain peer confidentiality, best practices in co-documenting, and using values-driven non-clinical language in note-taking. Experiential learning for peer supporters is essential. Guidance on sharing lived experience, boundary setting, and group facilitation invites peer supporters to explore their comfort levels. Shadowing opportunities help integrate new peers into the rhythm of the work and build confidence. Learning about community connecting practices and resource sharing during orientation strengthens outreach capacity. This equips new peer supporters with the practical knowledge they need to link the people they support to meaningful, life-changing resources. By understanding local resources, peer networks, and culturally specific services early on, peer supporters can step into their role with purpose, and begin building the relationships that will make their work truly impactful. Orientation should include education on culturally responsive peer support and cultural humility, intersectionality, and trauma-informed practices for supporting BIPOC, LGBTQIA+ individuals, and other historically marginalized communities. Orientation should explore what meaningful advocacy looks like within the organization, offering examples that reflect both recovery and company values, while inspiring new possibilities. It can help new peer supporters show up as change agents and learn to see advocacy not just as a concept, but as a living, evolving practice rooted in mutuality, change, and impact. To ensure peers feel equipped in their role rather than overwhelmed, orientation must include hands-on support with the technological tools they'll use every day. Providing training on email setup, calendars, shared drives, and virtual platforms can help a new peer supporter feel valued and confident in their digital tasks and communications. While agency orientation provides essential grounding in organizational values, policies, and expectations, it is not a substitute for the peer-centered trainings offered specifically for peer supporters. Orientation usually introduces the structure and policies of the agency, but the deeper skills of peer support, mutuality, sharing lived experience, advocacy, and delivering trauma-informed peer support are strengthened through dedicated peer-focused trainings and ongoing learning opportunities. These additional trainings ensure that peer supporters continue to grow in their role, deepen their practice, and stay connected to the core values that make peer support unique. By blending organizational learning with lived experience-driven training, agencies create environments where peer supporters feel grounded, capable, and ready to step into their new roles. Honoring the wisdom that peers bring with them, while offering the structure, skills, and support they need to thrive, becomes not just the beginning of employment, but the beginning of a new journey, one where the new peer supporter feels welcomed, supported, and ready to make a meaningful impact.